Welcome to the Thin Within podcast, the show for women who want mental secrets for weight loss mastery. I'm your host, Marna Thal. I'm the owner of thinwithin.com, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on how to lose weight by mastering your inner game. Diets never worked for me long term, and if you're like 95% of the rest of the human race, they haven't worked long term for you either. Every week, I'll give you tools, techniques, and resources you need to actually succeed in using the power of your mind to lose weight. I can't wait to teach you another mental secret, so let's dive right in. Well, hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you are having a very, very wonderful day. Today is the first day of fall, and I couldn't believe it when I got up this morning to go do Pilates. It was so dark out, and I was like, no, I can't believe it's so dark this early. Oh, but I'm so excited because fall and spring are my favorite seasons, and I'm so excited that it's fall. So let's talk about, are you consciously or unconsciously creating a thinner or heavier you? So when you think about your future self, let's think 10 years out. What's different about your body? What's different about your health and how you look? Can you see it? Do you like what you see, or do you dislike what you see as you envision your health and your body 10 years out? Or do you not even think about it? Is it not anything that you even give any focus on? So most of us really like the chase of a better version of ourselves. We like to be thinner, healthier, more fun. We want to be wealthier. It doesn't really matter, but there's something in the chase. But chasing is one thing, and being is another thing. Hal Hershfield, a psychologist at UCLA, he studied the impact of having a future self concept on present decision making. And what he found is that it's good to see your future self as a different person than who you are today. Because when you see yourself in the future as a different version of yourself, as a different person, then what happens is then you make present decisions based on what your future self would want. We talk a lot about this in Thin Within and in the work that I do. But how are you thinking about who you want to be? How clear is it in your mind? Because if it's not very clear, and it's fuddled and muddled and you don't really see yourself changing, then what's the point of losing weight? Oftentimes, you might unconsciously be self-sabotaging, or you could be thinking about your future self, and you could be thinking about the version of you that desires a certain look. And the questions I want you to ask yourself is, when you think about your future self, the version of you that desires to look and feel differently, what weight are you at? Or what size are you at? What clothes are you wearing? Get specific. See the clothes. See those cute little jeans. See those shoes. See that dress or those shorts or that flowy top. What clothes are you wearing? And how does it feel to be in those clothes? Envision yourself walking down the street. What do you notice about yourself? Shoulders back, head tall, smiling. How do you stretch your stuff? And what does that future self-talk sound like? What do you say? What do you notice that you're talking about? What activities are you engaged in? And when you really think about your future self, really think about who you want to create in your mind, the version of you that's clear, does that future person excite you? Does it make you happy to think about her? Or does it just make you feel nothing? The more clear you are in seeing your future self, the easier it is to act from her vantage point to create her and to be her. Or you can live unconsciously. Now, here's the problem with living unconsciously from a weight loss standpoint. Your unconscious mind loves when you act from ease and comfort on repeat. It wants to do everything it possibly can to make things easy for you, for things to be safe and comfortable. It wants to say the same words, use the same program, eat the same foods, and self sabotage you in the same fashion. Are the decisions that you're taking today making it easier or harder for you to be that person 10 years out? For example, your current self may want to eat a bag of donuts. But if you consider what your future self would prefer, you might come up with a different decision. I want you to start seeing your future self as a different person from who you are today and reinforce this version of you on a regular basis so that you start to become that version of yourself versus unconsciously creating a bigger, heavier you. And you can start to do that by one, imagine who your future self is. Two, know that where you're at right now is great, but that you can create anything that you want and that we are constantly creating different versions of ourselves. And your version is temporary, not permanent. So who do you want to be? Have the courage to admit what you truly want versus just settling for what it is that you have right now. Have the courage to admit that you want to be lighter, thinner, healthier, more vibrant. Have the courage to say that and have the courage to see it, feel it, connect to it on a daily basis. Use new words that align with your goals, that align you to being the person you want to be. And pay attention on a weekly basis. What is it that you are doing to move your health, your wellness, your words, the version of you that you want to be? Are you creating that person? Or are you staying stuck in the version of your unconscious mind that wants to just keep you safe, that just wants to keep you where you're at, which is oftentimes not what you want? So measure your progress. See with deliberate practice, where are you going? What are you creating? Be deliberate in who you want to create. Be deliberate in creating the words, saying the words, feeling the feelings of being who you want your future self to be. Invest in your future self. The time, the money, the vision, the words are all investments to creating what it is that you really want. And never be defined by who you are right now. If you are not happy with how you look right now, you can create a different version of your body. But you have to be clear about who you are creating, what you are creating, why you're creating it. Otherwise, it's just too easy for your unconscious mind to go back to what's easy and safe and comfortable. But by consciously deciding who you want to be, seeing that vision, connecting to that version of yourself, getting excited about that person, and then stepping into being that person now automatically creates the words and the phrases and the actions that align with who you want to be. And do you want to decide and create and be the version of yourself that you have been telling yourself for years that you want to be? Or do you just want to keep doing what you unconsciously have programmed into your brain, into your life, into your body? And you know what you've programmed in by the results that you are creating for yourself right now. If it's the same results that they were 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, then a different programming is necessary for you. It's about being the person that you want to be versus chasing it, versus hoping for it, versus talking about it, but not really feeling, not really deciding that you are going to be that person. So have you made that decision? And if so, how are you going to remind yourself of that decision each and every day? How are you going to show up with those words and those phrases? Do you have a practice? And that will create who you want to be. Because when you create a practice, then you reinforce that version of you on a daily basis. And then days start changing, words start changing, feelings start to change, and actions start to shift, and who you become changes. So I encourage you to explore inside of your life. Are you consciously or unconsciously creating a thinner or a heavier you? And what do you want to create? And are you moving your actions towards that, or are you moving your actions away from it? And if I can help you move your actions towards that goal that you have set for yourself, I would be so happy to do that. The ways I can do that, you can get on the wait list for the 30-day challenge. I'll have that in the show notes. You can join me October 11th when we get started on our very first day, where I start to have you look and create, who do you want to be? Why is this important to you? And you can reflect and look at why. Why does this matter? And then we could start taking action to becoming that version of you that you want to be, through your thoughts, through your actions, through your words, through aligning with the naturally thin who I've studied for over 24 years now. Because when you start to align yourself with success and you start to create a success mindset, you move yourself towards becoming that new version of yourself. And the 30-day challenge is an opportunity for me to help you see, create, feel, and connect and practice this new version of yourself over and over and over, with 30 days of work focusing on this new version of yourself. And I would love to take you by the hand and help you create that version of you. So one of the easiest ways is to just get on the wait list and let me help you. And when doors open next week, then you'll be ready. You'll be excited. You'll already be thinking. Today will be helping you think about who you want to be and help you go from unconsciously creating what you don't want to consciously deciding and creating your future self. So I want you to start thinking about your future self. Who is she? What is she doing? How is she speaking? What is she engaged in? And notice, are you that person right now? Are you moving closer to her? And if you are, awesome. And if you're moving away from her, then what could you begin to start saying and feeling and thinking and acting upon to then start to move you towards that version of yourself? Because we are always changing. We are always evolving. And I'd rather see you evolve into the person that you say and keep repeating that you want to be. But by repeating, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, that is not getting you there. By repeating, here's who I want to be, here's how I'm speaking and practicing that, that is creating for you and inside of you a new version of yourself. And it's going to require from you some courage to speak differently about yourself, to say kinder things, to imagine a new version of yourself, and to believe that you could actually become that version by deciding it over and over and over again. So Are you consciously or unconsciously creating a thinner or heavier you? I hope this helps you decide who you want to be so that you can step into consciously creating exactly what you want now and into 10 years from now. All right, everybody, have an amazing, amazing week and enjoy this beautiful fall day.